I'm surrounded. All right, y'all. Top of the morning, top of the morning. If you catch this on the playback, just fast forward a few minutes or so, you know. Um, so, y'all enjoy this music. I'll be right back. I do not own the rights to the background music. I just wanted to make sure that we was able to get it kicked off. I am on the gram. I think I'm starting to figure this thing out. So I am on the gram. I am on the tube. And I'm on Facebook. Hey, I see somebody on the gram already. What's up? Good morning. How you doing there? All right. So I'm a little early today. Just tuning things up. Stick with me. Got about 4 minutes to kick off. But just wanted to make sure everything was tuned in right. You know what I'm saying? Got a good show. So today we're gonna go over some business, some careers. I may touch on what I spoke about yesterday on some relationships. All depends on the timing. So I appreciate you tuning in early. Early is on time is late. I'm gonna go grab one more thing, a notepad, and I'll be right back. Thanks for tuning in early with me. Be right back. All right, all right. All right. It's that time to kick it off. All right. Thank you, Lisa. That was Lisa McClendon playing in the background. Got me in chill mode today. Top of the morning. Top of the morning. How you doing? Cheers. Welcome to Coffee with Leo. So as you see, I actually drink coffee for real. You know what I'm saying? I'm about that life with the coffee, y'all. So today we're going to discuss, as you see right here at the screen, business and careers. You know what I'm saying? So yesterday was Lovely Tuesdays. And hey, how you doing, Ms. Galloway? Appreciate you joining in. So yesterday was Lovely Tuesdays, relationships, And so just go over a couple of things. Again, Coffee with Leo, I broke it down into 4 different segments with a recap on Fridays. It's the pilot stage. Right now, we're just getting things kicked off, trying to see if this is too early in the morning for some of y'all, if I need to move it back an hour, if I need to reschedule and do it a different route. All in all, the format going to be the same. It's just a matter of, when's the best time to tune in. So again, thanks for joining me with Coffee with Leo. And so today is careers and business. So working Wednesdays. So what I do on Wednesdays, I go over a number of things, business-wise, career-wise, so on and so forth. So today gonna be real good because I'm gonna hit on some different strategies, both for your job and for if you have a business. And so yesterday was Lovely Tuesday. If you did not catch yesterday, it was about getting closure. So go to the YouTube page, Balancing Life with Leo Richards, and go to the one about getting closure. And I'm telling you, it would help you understand somebody that you're currently pursuing and what they're going through. And or if you need closure, it's a great video. A girl, Brandy, did an incredible job on her end that will be a part 2, because there are some steps into getting closure that I go through with that one. Again, on today, we're going over career and business and whatnot. So again, go look up Balancing Life with Leo Richards over on YouTube. Check it out when you get a chance. If you're sitting at your desk, if you're driving in the car, it's great for that. It'll really, really help you out. So without further ado, we're going to get into today's topic. Since it's Wednesday, we're going to get into working Wednesdays, careers, and business. Now, don't tune out if you feel like this can't help you, because it can. With the state of the economy and the route that we're going, I got some tips for you. All right. So, but like anything else, start off with the Did You Know segment. All right. So the first Did You Know segment, and I'm going to slide this one down because my guy, I'm saying, I want to keep him last. I'm going to do this. I'm going to reroute some things on the Did You Know. And so I'm going to go with Vera Wang. All right. So Did You Knows are just like fun facts. It's information that you can do something with or not. And I'll tell you before I get into these fun facts why I chose these Did You Know topics today. I myself, I'm in my 40s currently. And a lot of times in our careers, in business, in life, sometimes we feel like we're not where we want to be at or where we should be at by a certain age. So today's inspiration is all about showing you some individuals and some successes in life that took off at a certain time in life, kind of sort of like where you may be at today. And so if this was really intended to encourage you, help you understand, like, no, you got this. You don't have to be at a certain space based on somebody else's timeline, gauge, whatever. So Vera Wang, did you know Vera Wang worked as a figure skater and a journalist before entering the fashion industry at age 40? All right. She is now a renowned fashion designer known for her bridal gown and Haute Couture collection. So Haute is her brand. So Vera in her 40s, and she had different careers. And so sometimes you have to switch things up. Sometimes you have to try something new. Sometimes the current career field that you're in may not be what you were created to do. And so I get more to that in who you are. So who you are isn't always where you work, how much money you make, all of that. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting excited, if you can't tell. So great Vera Wang fun fact for you. All right. So Stan Lee. So for y'all who may or may not watch Marvel comics and superhero movies and all of that, Stan Lee was a writer, co-creator who helped create. So if you watch the Avengers, if you're a Spider-Man fan, if you've watched Iron Man, the Incredible Hulk, and for the culture, Black Panther, which that'd be another one in the different series, of Did You Know. So if you've enjoyed Black Panther, Spider-Man, characters like that, then Stan Lee is one of the individuals responsible for making that possible. You know what I'm saying? So with Stan Lee, there was a time in comic books, and I was sharing this with somebody, that growing up, I was always cool with a little bit of everybody, So I consider myself at times as a cool nerd. Most people tell me they don't see me as a nerd, but it's cool. All right, I'm still hold that title. I'm a cool nerd. So coming up, I had partners that was deep off into comic books, and they was deep off into certain things. And that was one of the things that we kind of laughed at people. Now, the top grossing movies in history are from those same comic books. So Mark, the Blue app that we own, he was one of them nerds. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of those nerds we was laughing at, they was on to something. I should have been a little closer to him back then. But either way, Stan Lee is one of the co-writers who's responsible for bringing us all these major action flicks. You know what I'm saying? And so, did you know about my boy Stan Lee? Stan Lee was in his 40s when the Fantastic Four was created, and that wasn't too long ago in the 90s. So he spent a great deal of his life investing into his dream and things that he believed in, and even when things sunk. One fun fact that most people don't realize about Marvel, it almost went belly up. It almost failed. And Wesley Snipes played a pivotal role in redeveloping Marvel. You know what I'm saying? And so his role, and I can't think of his character, Blade. All right. So if you've never seen the series of Blade, man, there was 3 of them, amazing. And they made so much money off of that. It helped them kind of buy back their scripts and rights. They sold so much of the company that, you know, they was about to go bankrupt. And shout out to Wesley Snipes. He wasn't even on the list, but he helped save Marvel, you know what I'm saying, with the series of Blade that they didn't think would do that well. So during that time, you have to realize sometimes we can have dreams, we can have business ideas that other people just can't see. And sometimes it could take 10, 20, 30 years before your vision fully comes full circle. And so here it is. Stan Lee spent all these years trying to build his dream, his vision. And I'm sure people are like, dude, why are you investing into comic books and cartoons and whatnot? Not realizing how major it would really kick off. And another thing that I really love about Stan Lee is that if you watch Marvel movies, he always had a small role where he appeared in every flick up until he passed away. And so I love looking for what character, whether he was a postman, whatever the case may be, he always incorporated a small role in the movies, which he deserved. You know, it's a nod. And so appreciate you, Stan Lee. Rest in peace. It was great to see that you never gave up on your dream. That's very inspiring for entrepreneurs, business owners, and individuals who may have a dream or a skill and they're not quite comfortable yet exploring that. So I appreciate you sticking to it and bringing us Black Panther among Spider-Man and other great features. All right, moving on along. This is one that many of you guys should know of, Walt Disney. All right, so Walt Disney, you know, Disneyland, you know, Disney World, Lion King, you know what I'm saying? Even Marvel is owned by Disney now. So you have to think of the powerhouse that Disney is and what it is today, but it wasn't always so. You know what I'm saying? So a little run at history with Disney. So did you know with Walt Disney that before creating the globally renowned Disney empire that we know today, Walt Disney was fired by a newspaper editor who believed he lacked creativity. Can you believe they said this man didn't have creativity? All right. I know they got some great writers over there, but at the end of the day, it takes leadership to bring that together. All right. He also faced multiple business failures, bankruptcy, and rejection from over 300 investors before Disneyland finally became a reality. Now, I'm going to tell you this, 300 investors, I won't lie to you. I probably would have been done after 5. I'd probably been like, maybe this is not a part of God's plan for your boy to have this massive land of Ferris wheels, toys, and cartoon characters walking around. I'm not going to lie. If somebody walked into my office and said, hey, I got an idea to have a big-eared mouse, all right, a big goofy dog, and so on and so forth, walking around the theme park, you know, making noises and whatnot. I'm like, look, dude, we have the circus and all of this stuff going on. They don't make that much money. There's no way we giving you all this money, you know, for this. So, and it also tells you 300 investors. It's a lot of money in this world, y'all. Believe in your dream. do it with the right reason, have the right heart after of it. And as long as you serve the people and you serve your vision, God will always bring that connection to full circle. And so I looked at, if it took him to go through 300, it reminded me of the movie 300. You know what I'm saying? Gideon and his 300 in the Bible. You have to really don't look at numbers the same. You know what I'm saying? If you have a dream, you have a focus, stick to it, believe in it, rock with it. You know what I'm saying? As long as you rock with your dream and your focus and your vision, it'll rock with you. It's not going to forsake you. Stick with it. All right. Look how long it took these individuals. There's a constant theme on these individuals in this Did You Know segment. Play it back. Listen to it again. It's a constant theme here. So, Walt Disney, thank you again for your contribution. The elements of Black Panther, that's my favorite. I probably watched Black Panther at least, no exaggeration, 10, 15 times, y'all. The original one. The second one was good, but nothing like the first one. All right. My man, Colonel Sanders. Now, did you know before founding Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC, at the age of 65, the Colonel was 65, y'all. Colonel Sanders faced a series of setbacks, including failed business and jobs and losses. All right. Now, I don't know if this was a family recipe. I don't know if he did like Jack Daniels and went and found a brother that, that had some fried chicken and borrowed the recipe. I don't know. At the end of the day, he figured something out by 65 that, the KFC that we get to enjoy. Well, I don't enjoy it as much anymore, but I used to, y'all. I used to tear some KFC up. So Colonel Sanders figured it out. He was 65. So as long as you're breathing, as long as you can move and do whatever, you got an opportunity, man. I see some amazing reels. See some amazing videos of people who don't have limbs still doing things. People who don't have legs still working out, doing pull-ups in their wheelchairs. I see people making it happen with whatever they have, whatever you have in your hand, in your possession. All right. Give unto the Lord, and He's gonna bless what you got. All right. So I don't know where my man Colonel Sanders got it from, but he figured it out, and the chicken is good. You know what I'm saying? All right. Oprah Winfrey. All right. So I love this one right here because there was a little extra, Oprah Winfrey clip that I had to add on to this one. So did you know, before becoming one of the most influential media moguls in the world, she was once fired from her television job as a news anchor for being unfit for TV. Unfit at the time, and I'll tell you what it was code for. Unfit at the time meant her hue, her weight. Historically, we've always seen her struggle with her weight on the television, off the television. You've seen her invest into weight loss and whatever. We're in the time of year where people are hitting the gym, they're working out. And I would say this. One, she looks amazing today. You know what I'm saying? She looks amazing, regardless if she has the money or not. It takes discipline, even to do the surgery. Even if you go do a surgery, you still have to eat. You still have to exercise. Or that weight is going to come right back. All right? You're not going to go under the knife every time the weight comes back. So I give Oprah credit for doing the work. Whatever she's doing, personal chef, eating, she's doing the work, and it shows. Now, with that being said, historically, our hue, our hair, there are individuals who's facing backlash in corporate America for having dreads or locks, you know what I'm saying? Or women with their natural hair. There were stories of news anchors who had to wear certain wigs and certain straight hair. And so there was a young lady who wore her natural hair on television and was applauded because she was like, enough is enough. So code for your natural being, your hue, you being black, all right, is not what we want to present to the world. All right. So, but it gets gooder. All right. So it gets gooder with Oprah. So also, did you know with Oprah, she persisted and eventually launched the Oprah Winfrey Show, which became one of the highest rated talk shows in television history. Now, this is what I want to show you. Oprah Winfrey also purchased her show, the Oprah Winfrey Show, in 1986. Ownership. You know what I'm saying? It's something with ownership. She took over creative rights. So One went from being unfit for television, and on that same television tube, she took creativity over her show, was able to write it out the way that she wanted to, hire it who she wanted to, and it became a blueprint for how to do talk shows. Even if they didn't look like Oprah, you know, the Ellen show. Look at Ellen DeGeneres. Ellen DeGeneres was nothing but a light-skinned Oprah Winfrey show. You know what I'm saying? It went from you get a car, you get a car, you get a car. And there was no backlash at all, which I don't believe it should have been. You know what I'm saying? Oprah retired, moved on. She set the blueprint. But if you look at Ellen's show and you look at other shows that had similar success, now we can say Ellen had other elements to her of why she had additional success. However, the blueprint of the Ellen show was Oprah's. All right. The same way with Living Single and Friends. Understand who you are. Understand the creativity in you. All right. You're a walking blueprint. All right. Uncle Noah said it. You're a walking blueprint. Believe in your vision. All right. And for my final did you know? All right. Samuel L. Jackson. Now, I saved Samuel L. Jackson for last. Initially, he was first. But when I really looked at my notes and I really looked at the Did You Know segment, I really asked myself, do you really want to put him first? It's great of an accomplishment as it is. And it being Black History Month. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you why. Without going through all these accolades and whatnot, I'm going to read this, but then I'm going to go into why I put him last. All right. Samuel Jackson didn't achieve fame until his 40s. Again, look at the consistency with 40s, 60s, and people finding it later in life. All right. So he didn't find fame. He didn't say he started acting and working, because I remember when he was in Coming to America as the thief. So he had been in acting. He had been in Broadway on stage. Him and his wife had been doing this a long time. So that's why it's important, because we only saw the breakout roles. You know what I'm saying? We barely give him credit for Coming to America. So Samuel L. Jackson, again, he didn't achieve fame. That doesn't mean he wasn't acting for 20 plus years already, but he didn't achieve fame until his 40s. He struggled with addiction in his early career, but eventually got sober and landed breakout roles in films like Pulp Fiction and Jurassic Park. All right. Playing the Marvel role as Nick Fury has made Samuel L. Jackson the box office king. That's why I saved him for last. His movies gross more than over $10 billion in sales, making them the highest in cinema history. If that ain't Black history in current times, as I said in other videos, we have living legends that we have to salute, take our hats off to. There's a clip of Denzel Washington giving Samuel L. Jackson his flowers and his clips of what him and his wife done. All the various organizations they donate to, millions on top of millions of dollars in donations to various organizations, which there's going to be another business insight of a 501c that you can create later on in this segment, because I saved it for last, because at the end of the day, boom, that's what it's all about. It's about how do these segments, the Did You Knows, relate to the topic of the day? Where do we go with it? All right. So Samuel L. Jackson, I appreciate your contribution and your continued contribution. This man has some amazing movies. He plays some amazing roles. Even in the Django, you know what I'm saying? I can't see anybody who could have brought that role to life like he did. He played the heck out of that role. I've never seen somebody play a similar role like that, to the extent Samuel L. Jackson, he owned it. He murdered that role in the Django. So Samuel L. Jackson, man, shout out, bro, shout out. You did your thug thizzle, and I appreciate that. All right. So this is probably one of my favorite segments of Coffee with Leo. All right. The affirmations, man. I believe I live for the affirmations with Coffee with Leo. If there is nothing else with Coffee with Leo that I don't love more, it's the affirmations. All right. So as you see on the screen, set the foundation and the atmosphere of your day before your day meets you. All right. What does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Your day gonna come at you no matter what. as I say just about every affirmation intro, that according to the word, give no courage for tomorrow, for each day has enough problems in itself, which means that there's a problem or an issue waiting on you, whether it's when you walk into the office, whether the kids in the school call you, no matter what, there, you can catch a flat tire. Lord forbid, I rebuke it. Safe travels to you guys. You can run out of gas. There are so many factors in something that can disrupt your energy from your day that you have to go into your day prepared. So that's why I do Coffee with Leo. That's why I try to catch you early in the morning before your day starts, so we can help get the mindset. And the affirmations of the day are one of the ways that we can combat our day before our day meets us. All right. So again, play this back. If you're just getting in, share it with somebody because they need these affirmations. And again, with affirmations, if you see these, write them down, add them to your calendar. You know what I'm saying? Take the ones that really do it for you, add them to your notes, read them on a daily basis. And I'm telling you, these affirmations do wonders. All right. So without further ado, affirmations of the day. All right. So the first affirmation is, my hard work will enable me to meet my goals. I'm gonna let that simmer a little bit. All right. So I place that one there on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Your hard work. Sometimes we put work in, and if we don't see an immediate financial gain, if we don't see numbers of viewers, if we don't see some type of result, we get discouraged. We like, well, maybe it's not working. Maybe people really don't want this. All right. I just said it took Samuel L. Jackson over 20 years after going to school, after being on Broadway, after being on stage and plays and shows, and then taking little minor roles and small roles that were actually beneath him. However, his level of acting and skill eventually overshadowed the years of rejection, and he finally broke through. All right. So it doesn't matter how long you've been doing something. If you believe, you don't have to give up. The Did You Know segment in itself showed you various individuals who kept pressing and supporting their vision, and they kept working and grinding it out. All right. So my hard work will enable me to meet my goals. Whatever your goal is, short-term, long-term, whatever. I will tell you, for the sake of mentality, create some short-term goals, some achievable short-term goals. It's okay to be overzealous. It's okay to be an overachiever. However, don't set the bar so high, that you yourself become discouraged. Set some small feats for yourself. It can be applying for a loan, a grant, whatever the case may be. Set some short-term goals so that your ultimate long-term goal isn't too far out of place. Also, this wasn't even in my notes. There's 100-year business plans that people have. Make sure that you create a vision and a plan that lives longer than you and surpasses you for your children, your children's children. Because the Bible tells you a good man leave an inheritance for his children's children, which is his grandchildren. So the inheritance can be wisdom, it can be business, and it can be a variation of things. So have some short-term goals for you to enjoy while you take the journey of bringing your vision to life. All right. All right. Next affirmation. And if you're just tuning in, we're on affirmations, y'all. So affirmations of the day are what we're discussing at this moment. And so I'm going to go back to the next affirmation. So if you didn't catch the first one, go back to the YouTube page, hit rewind, bow. All right. So doors are opening for me. All right. So with every individual that I listed on this, they were doing something different, and you never know who you come across and why you meet. So this is what I do. Every individual that I meet, I pray over that relationship. And I pray that God show me the purpose of crossing paths with this individual. And so no matter who it is, you know what I'm saying? God, show me your perfect will for me and this individual. Sometimes it's for you to be a billboard, all right, a vessel for that person. Sometimes it's for them. Sometimes it's for you to have mutual things in common. Sometimes whatever you're going through, you have to release and pour out what's in you into that person so God can restore you with something new. So whatever the case may be, doors open in different ways. Doors doesn't don't always open and swing forward. All right. Doors, there are swing doors that go both ways. There are doors that open to the left, open to the right. There are big, wide doors that open up to the world. If you've ever seen one of those little commercials or images where, you know, a big ray of light come out and it's like the gates of heaven open, there are gates. So don't just look at doors as regular doors leaving out your house. Look at them as gates and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to be able to drive an 18-wheeler, you know what I'm saying, get some doors that big. They come in all sizes. All right. So there are doors that God is opening up for you, but are you prepared for them? So do the work so that when God opens certain doors, you don't miss out on those opportunities. So you can speak that affirmation that the doors are opening, but prepare yourself for when that door opens. You don't want to get caught not ready. If you have a script, if you're a writer, if you're an actor, if you're a singer, whatever the case may be, have a mindset of, if somebody came to me and said, how much do you need to get this vision off the ground? You know what I'm saying? Do you own the name, the rights? Have you legalized it? Have you went and got an EIN for it? Have you opened a checking account? What do you need to take this vision to the next level? So as you speak those affirmations of doors are opening for me, do the work. Walk out in faith. Show God that if you open this door, I'm ready. And not only being ready for you, but being ready to be a blessing to others. You're blessed to be a blessing. So as that door opens, make sure you're prepared for it. All right. So do the work now. So when that door opens, bow. You know what I'm saying? All right. I am an inspiration to others. You know what I'm saying? Again, I just said we're blessed to be a blessing. And everybody that I named on that Did You Know list in some way inspire others. We look at athletes as inspiration. We look at LeBron James coming from Akron, Ohio, and the feats and the things that he's achieving without the blueprint in front of him. We look at MJ, and we always speak of the stories of him getting cut from his high school basketball game, but then going on to win going 6-0 in the finals. Regardless of what his records was prior to that, that man still pushed. He went and played baseball. You know what I'm saying? And he did pretty doggone good playing baseball for not playing that long. That's an inspiration in itself. You know what I'm saying? We look at Kobe Bryant, Kobe Bean. You know what I'm saying? I was a person that I wasn't even a Kobe fan. I purposely threw air balls and brick so I can yell out Kobe because that was the joke. But over time in life, and people caught on to what Mamba mentality really was, that was an inspiration of having a certain mindset. You know what I'm saying? Just this right here, Carmelo Anthony. You can go on and on naming athletes and individuals. Barack Obama. You know what I'm saying? You can look at where he came from. I remember watching a documentary, reading some things. I have Michelle Obama book here. And when they talk about the car that he was driving when they met and they had a hole in the floor, and you look at the route that this brother took to become the first president, black president, you know what I'm saying? That's an inspiration. So inspiration can come for a number of things. Inspiration come from children as well. I can't think of the young lady name. She does braids and all of that on there. Indie Bug, I think it's Indie Bug. I love watching that young lady videos. You know what I'm saying? That girl energy and personality is contagious. Indie Bug, Google her. Go watch her reels and her videos, because the one thing about that young lady, she don't care what nobody think about her. She don't care nothing about what they think she look like. She got other young ladies getting braids like her. All right. So the whole point of that, inspiration comes from all areas, man. You know what I'm saying? And yes, you can be an inspiration by staying focused on who you are. Who you are, the world needs. The world needs you. They don't need another duplicate. Right now, everybody looking like a Kardashian. Everybody getting the same hairstyle, makeup, couture, so on and so forth. They need you. They need your creativity. All right. So I am an inspiration to others. Be the inspiration. Sometimes we're the only Jesus that people will come in contact with. Be that person. All right. Failure is sometimes necessary to succeed. Now, that's one that I had to put in there. And that just came to me because as I read through several Did You Knows, and when I look at some of the most successful people and whatnot, most most of the most successful people did not achieve success without having constant failure and things not coming through and not being fired from a job. Sometimes our ego and whatnot and what gets in the way of our success. Sometimes we're too ashamed of life situations. Life. You know what I'm saying? I've been fired a bunch of times in life. And it wasn't because I wasn't skilled enough. You know what I'm saying? There's a number of things that if you're not serving purpose, what are you serving? So sometimes failure is necessary to succeed. Sometimes you need to have situations so you can learn from them. Sometimes God take you through situations so it can develop a sense of empathy for other people. Sometimes if you have nothing but consistent success, you grow this mindset and this ego that all you gotta do is this, and you start believing your own hype. You start smelling yourself and believing you're the true reason why you're succeeding, and then you stop giving God credit. So sometimes God gotta disrupt some things in life to say, hey, let me remind you, it's my favor that's on you, it's my anointing that's on you while you're succeeding. So that when you come in contact with somebody that needs assistance or helping, you won't turn your nose up at them. The next time you roll past somebody that's homeless and got a handout, you know what I'm saying? Regardless if they faking it, whatever the case may be, if a person bring themselves to a position to beg and ask for help on the corner, God may say, hey, that can be you. So whatever the case may be, sometimes we can take failure as an ingredient to gain success. Sometimes it's what you've learned in that failure that helps you catapult into the stage of success. Don't look at failure as a disappointment and something didn't work out. Sometimes God is protecting you. Sometimes God allowed things to fail to protect you. Sometimes we was hard-headed going to something and we knew it wasn't for us. We grabbed a hold to it anyway. God said, I've been told you to let that go. All right. I'm talking to somebody. I'm talking to me. All right. So that wasn't even in the notes. I'm just telling you what God said. All right. Sometimes failure protects you. All right. So you can open your eyes to what God really wants you to pursue. So go back, look at the did you knows, look at the various people, look how long it took them until they came in contact with something that they were supposed to be in contact with. All right. Everybody you come across paths with has a purpose in your life. It's for you to pray and find out what's the purpose, whether it was short term or whether it's a staple in your life. But everybody has a purpose. All right. I have a few affirmations today, y'all. So normally I only do about 5. Today I got a few of them things for you. So each day offers me a new chance to shine. All right. So you have to realize every day is a blessing. As long as you got air in these lungs right here, as long as you're breathing and you can get up, it's an opportunity to do something amazing. You know what I'm saying? Each day is a gift. Look at the day as a gift. When you open your eyes, that's a gift. All right. And if you can't see, you can speak. Whatever the case may be, as long as air is coming through, it's a gift. All right. Maybe it's a gift for somebody else to have your presence a little longer. Maybe it's a gift for them to be there with you, vice versa. You understand what I'm saying? All right. It's a gift. Embrace each day. All right. And the last affirmation, y'all. I am attracting great opportunities. So like I said, take a screenshot, write these down, add these to your day, add these to your morning. Make sure that whatever the case may be, that when it is all said and done, you can speak these over your life. As I said, you're attracting great opportunities. Make sure you put yourself in a position so when them opportunities come, you can walk right through that door. If somebody came to you with however much, say $1 million, if somebody came to you and said, hey, I got a blank check for you, I believe in what you're doing. Do you have a blueprint? Write the vision down and make it plain. Habakkuk, I believe 2 and something, it's in Habakkuk. All right. Write the vision down, make it plain, write it on tablets so that the people may run and shout about it and talk about it. All right. You want people to broadcast, hey, go over to Balancing Life with Leo Richards. He got some good stuff with you. He got some good stuff for you. Go check him out over there. Have a game plan. All right. So that's what I'm going to go into with this business, going into these game plans. And before I start, Proverbs of the day. What's the proverb of the day? The proverb of the day is this. If you just joined me, if you don't know what the proverb of the day is, it's this. There's a book of Proverbs for every day of the month. If you can't read a whole scripture, if you can't stay woke, whatever the case may be, you want to get back into the word of God, wisdom. Proverbs is a book of wisdom. So today's proverb of the day is Proverbs 7. All right. My son, keep my word and lay up my commandments with thee. I want to say that's 71, y'all. That was my bad for not putting the actual verse on there. I believe it's 7 and 1. And so again, my son, keep my word and lay up my commandments within thee. When he say within thee, that's in your heart. You know what I'm saying? Have the word in your heart. Take it everywhere you go. Every action was first a thought. All right. And the eyes and the ears, watch what goes in there, because those are the things that feeds the heart. Whatever you allow into the heart, that's what your action, your character will develop from. All right. So if you have his commandments in your heart, your actions will follow suit with his words. Your action will follow suit with what it is he desires from you. So that's something, whereas, boom, that's your proverb of the day. Time for the commercial break. Take a breather. See who with me on this thing right here. And let you guys know, hey, I appreciate you being on here. Don't think it goes unnoticed, when you're on here rocking with me. All right, I see Toy. All right, I see a few of y'all in here. I appreciate my first timers. I appreciate my day ones. I appreciate you guys joining in, even over here on the gram. You know what I'm saying? Again, oh man, I got a good number of people on the gram, more than usual. And so, hey, it's working. Appreciate y'all. So this, again, with commercial break, this is what it is. So Mondays, Mindful Monday. Join me on Monday mornings. That's where we get our minds right. All right. Mental health is a real thing. So I spend Mondays working on mental health and things of the mind and the natures of that. All right. How to get your week started. Things that when you go into your week, most people have the Mondays. So I want to help you get your week kicked off right. Tuesdays is Lovely Tuesdays. If you didn't catch yesterday's segment, oh my goodness, it's about closure. If you're dating somebody, if you're meeting somebody and you're wondering why they act in a certain way, and or if you need closure, there's a part 2 for next Tuesday. In order to get that part 2, go watch part 1 on Balancing Life with Leo Richards. I'm telling you, you're going to be blown away from yesterday. My girl Brandy did an amazing thing. Today is Wednesday. Working Wednesday, I focus on careers and business tips, whatnot. This whole segment is about business. Whether you know it or not, career and business, you can take these principles and utilize them in your place of work, in your business, and it's phenomenal. And Thursdays, it's about health, spiritual, mental, physical health. All right. So Thursday is spent on helping you understand how to maintain health, develop health, so on and so forth. And Fridays is a recap. You know what I'm saying? The weekends are to prepare for the week ahead. So to go over the things that we discussed throughout the week and to help you prepare for your weekend and some tips of things that you can do over the weekend to prepare for Monday. So when Monday comes, I can help you stay mentally sound to go through your week. Rinse, cycle, repeat. You know what I'm saying? That's what Balancing Life with Leo Richards is about. Spiritual, mental, lifestyle. So take all these principles, biblical principles, understanding the mindset and how to apply it to your everyday life. We got to live. Why? Because life be life. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Balancing Life with Leo Richards is. If you haven't subscribed already, go over to YouTube, subscribe, because when these videos come down from Facebook and Instagram, they still over there. All right. And then eventually I'll continue to build over there. So again, I appreciate you guys. I'll make sure I get to the comments. I have a few things I really want to hit before my time run out on this segment. So I appreciate you staying tuned in with me. So with that being said, the Leoism of the day. Since this is Working Wednesdays, then I'm going to get to my Leoism of the day, which is hired, fired, or retired. One day you got to go. Right now, we're in a country that gives you benefits. We're in the tax season. So we're in a country that if you have tax write-offs, that you actually get more in your return. Your money is protected through what? Having a business. or a charitable foundation. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about hired, fired, or retired, I've always said that, and I understand. Just like these other individuals in the Did You Know had failed business ventures, or they were fired, or whatever the case may be, that's life. Nobody's at a career where that's it. I'm saying they either retire from there, you know what I'm saying? They either pass away, they get hired by a different company. The company said your services are no longer needed. One way or the other, if you're in a job, you know what I'm saying, you got to go one day, some type of way. Well, again, you can hire yourself. You can start your business and your business can grow. Hire yourself out, into your own business. Don't think you're a business owner just because you purchased a name. It's steps into that, and I get to that. So just because you start a business, you're not a business owner. You know what I'm saying? Understand, you're your first employer and the first employee. That's what getting a name to a company is. You're the first employer and the first employee. All right. So understand what it goes into that. And with that, I just use social media as an example. So let's understand. I'm gonna go into some things that I do. I do business coaching for a lot of people who didn't know. And my background is marketing and advertising. And I've worked with several companies in regards to understanding what it is they do and how they can grow. I've had several companies bring me in to coach their team on how to sell. My background is sales. I have a whole strategy on sales and how to approach the market in sales. I've had plenty of coworkers, some that are watching right now, that when we work together, I showed them in secret, hey, do this, do that. Here's something that, most people don't even know about. You know what I'm saying? There are strategies and ways to go collect new customers and so on and so forth. So there is an underlying blueprint and method in business that most people don't know about. And just because you open a business don't mean you know what you're doing. I worked in the food industry where I met several restaurant owners who struggled because they didn't really understand certain business principles, from plate cost, the percentages. And so some people would say, let's say you open up a burger stand or you open up a wing shop. So what most people would do, they would open it up. They would go where they know, Sam's, Costco, whatever. And whatever the competition is selling their wings and fries for, they would try to beat them out on price and sell it cheaper and think that that's what doing business was. Sell it so that people can come for the cheaper price. That's a horrible business strategy. Most people don't understand the beginning of what business is, how to price, how to draw in, the people that you desire to do business with. Who are your customers? All of that. So again, I'm gonna move on. And so let's look at social media. And then I'm gonna show you one of my slides that I share with individuals. So one, look at story mode. You got story mode, you got reels, you got your posts that you do on a regular basis. So story mode, look at it as marketing. All right. And then I'm gonna explain what marketing is in this other segment. All right. And so marketing is making a marking time. So story modes are only there for a certain segment of time. They're not there to remain there. It's a quick clip to catch somebody's attention. All right. It's like, branding of some sort. Look at the reels. Look at the reels as commercials, you know what I'm saying? And whatnot. So you get a minute 20. They limit how much time because they don't want you having the whole movie. They just want this segment. And it's pretty much in the time span that you would see a TV commercial of some sort, a really good one. And so look at reels as commercials. And then look at your post as the product board. And so one of the things that I explain to people when doing this is you have to understand when somebody goes to your page and they scrolling through your page, what are they looking for? They're looking at the consistency of your personality. Your personality is your brand. What are you branding on your social media page? That's why people tell you, if you have a son or a daughter that's an athlete that's trying to pursue a college career or some sort, those coaches are going to go to their social media page and see what they're posting about. That's the bulletin board that's there. That's the staple of who you are. That tells people what you're investing into, where your mindset is at. So even for myself, I would go down my page. It may be something that I posted that was, say, the Grammys or a sports game or something. And eventually, after so many days, I go and I delete it and I remove it from my page. Why? Because it has no more relevance. And so if somebody was to go to my main page and whatnot, there's a certain image, there's a certain brand I want people to get about Leo, so that when they scroll down this page, this is what they see. They don't go back and see the story modes. Reels are there, but you almost have to save reels. So that commercial is just like old commercials. You can repeat them and go back. However, once so many people see them or whatever, they're not there. So this leads me to marketing versus advertisement. This is something that I've shared. I'm gonna share my sheet with you guys on what it is. And so, boom. All right. So you may or may not be able to read all of that. So what I do is I put in the subtitle what it is you're supposed to be seeing. This is a sheet. So I have a marketing company, Candor Media Group. I've had Candor Media Group for years. I've done all type of projects with high schools, you name it. And so my background, again, is business consulting, marketing, you name it. So there's a variation of things that Leo does that most people have no clue. So marketing versus advertisement. So I spoke about advertisement and how to use certain features on your social media, you know, for whatever the case may be. This is a term that my company came up with. Adding is adding enticement to sway an immediate response. All right. Now, what does that mean? In your story mode, look at your story mode as advertisement. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you'll see me place food in there. Sometimes you'll see me place certain clips. What those little quick clips are is sometimes you can post in your story mode something similar to what you posted on your page. It's advertisement. You want an immediate response. You can see who viewed in story mode and the numbers. And it's a great way to see what people are responding to. So you can use these little clips of different variations of things and you can see what attracts people. From my page, a lot of what attracts people is when I post food. I get the most views when I incorporate food. Now, I can use food as a segment to say, hey, I'm going to go through these scriptures. I'm going to do this while cooking and showing you this. I can do a whole reel on how I made something and incorporate how that relates to something else. I know if I can get your attention with food, I can add something else with that food to get another point across. So look at story mode as advertisement. All right. Marketing. All right. Marketing is making a mark in time. All right. Look at the reels as marketing. Though you have more time into it and it helps build up your brand. How many of us watch a reel, a really good one? Whether relationships is the biggest aspect of what people are creating, what people get most of their responses from. So they're branding that they know what they're talking about in these reels. That's your opportunity to create something to say, hey, this is what my page is about. You can go, then in turn, you would go subscribe to that person's page so that you can see more content. And sometimes you want to see the whole episode or something. If you saw a reel that was really good, you're like, man, I wonder what that was about. Now you go to the page, you subscribe so you can watch the whole episode. Or you go to Leo's YouTube page, Balancing Life with Leo Richards, so that you can see the whole version of this if you just came in. See what I did there? So marketing is making a mark in time. So that once they see something, once they see a reel, it reminds them, oh yeah, let me go back to that page. You know what I'm saying? So you may be a subscriber and then this reel comes through and reminds you, oh yeah, let me see what that's about. So use reels as marketing and branding tools. And then at the end of the day, you have what I call present, promote, provide. So present, promote, provide, you'll see right under marketing, you'll see present, promote, provide. One of the things that most people do is they mess up. They go right into the sales mode. And I'm gonna let you know this will be a part 2 because I don't have enough time to go through this. Next Wednesday, I'm gonna go through the details of present, promote, provide, as well as the details of your business being a living vessel. All right. So I'm gonna go over the bullet points of this. Present your business, what it's about. What most people do is they walk through the door and say, hey, buy this Mary Kay from me. They don't come in and present themselves. Most people purchase you before they purchase the product. And that's what most people fail at business. They go in with, hey, I got a new business, and they want all their family and friends to be their first customers. So now you're a burden to family and friends who want a relationship with you. And you don't even realize the reason they don't call you and talk to you is because every conversation is, why you not buying my cupcakes? Why you not buying this insurance? Why you not doing A, B, C, D? Understand, not all relationships are designed to be your customers. All right. There's a segment that I have on here about your reality market, your target market, and the correlation. That's something that I would go into next Wednesday, because you want to hear about that. Who is your market? If your family and friends isn't your customers, who's your customer? So next Wednesday, tune in. I'll go over who your customers are and how to gravitate to them. So present, that's step one. To promote, you have to promote the benefits of the business, the brand, the product, what it is, and why people would want to utilize the person that they see in front of them in life, why they would get it from you versus your competitor. All right. And then provide. Provide is in their timing. Every no is not a no. And again, I'm going to go through these details next week. I'm going to get to it a lot quicker so I can go through the details, because this is good information. You have to understand, people, businesses and individuals, they're not at liberty or you're to tell you when they're in a financial position to do something. There's been many times with different businesses and careers I've been in where I've approached a business and it took a year or two before they came on board. Or sometimes they went out of business. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, oh, okay, that's why. So I've never made anyone, to my knowledge, that is, I made an attempt not to make anyone feel uncomfortable with me. And so you'll have a job where they pressure you to get the deal, get the deal, get the deal. But keep in mind, are you going to feel good because you're paying a bill by putting somebody under the gun that purchased something that's putting them, in liability and whatnot? Yes, they need to have wisdom to be able to hang up, say no, whatever. However, if you're pressuring somebody to purchase something prematurely, are you really helping them? And for me, I have character. My DJ name was DJ Integrity. I live by having integrity. So the integrity with doing good business is not pushing a sell on somebody just to pad your pockets. Does your service and your business really help them? And that's what you have to keep in mind. Have the right heart and energy about it and provide this service to them in a time that fits both of you guys. Because ultimately, you want a long-term relationship, not a quick hit and go. You know what I'm saying? And or if you work for a company, that's the case. Once you sell it, you're done and you don't have to deal with them. Understand, hired, fired, or retired means you won't always work with that company. So some of your decisions will have an everlasting impact on them and on the way you do business after you leave. So keep in mind those strategies. All right. So also, your business is a living vessel. I'm going to take this down because you really can't see it. Next week, what I'm going to do for each one of them lines, I am going to have it up to where you can really understand the whole aspect. But understand that your business is a living vessel. That's another point that I'm going to hit on next week. What does that mean? Each business has a level of maturity that another one doesn't. You got people who starting off and it's in the infantry stages. Being in the infantry stages, your business won't be able to take certain hits and impacts that other mature businesses can. It can't sustain. During COVID was a time that showed you businesses that were sustained well. If you spend every dime that your business comes in and you're showing people you're making money, you're already behind the 8 ball. All right. Your business is being malnourished already. If the moment you start making money, you're spending it, because you're also going to go through a season where it slows down. It doesn't matter how well you're doing today. Your businesses will inevitably go through a slow season. So COVID, a lot of doors shut and didn't reopen because they were essentially check to check, 1 week to the next, depending on customers walking through their door to help them out, all right, to stay afloat. So you have to understand there are different levels to your business. And I want to go through those details next week on what that means about your business being a living vessel, how you have to feed and take care of this business in such a way that your business can survive the impact of whatever comes. So that's what I really want to do on the next Working Wednesday. All of these segments, I'm gonna do that for you. Instead of making you buy a one-on-one course, all right, because you day ones, I'm gonna go over all of these aspects next Wednesday. That way, rain or shine, you know what I'm saying? You getting that work. All right. So make sure I didn't. So that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's my hour for today. Since I really don't have the time to go in details, I don't want to rob you of great material. Let me see something. I had a couple of comments here. All right. It was Habakkuk 2:2. Thank you. Write the vision, make it plain. It was 2:2. Yes. No can mean not now, not yet. All right. So I was right, y'all. All right. Hey, look, that word in the heart. It was Habakkuk 2:2. I write the vision, make it plain. And yes, the scripture that I read to you was 71. All right. What else we got over here before I jump off of here? All right. Hey, baby sister, join in. Hey, Jameen. What's up, Miss Brandy? Thank you for joining it. Miss Bliss, I appreciate you. My man, Marco. Hey, Marco be on here. I appreciate you. All right, Miss DK, I see you. Appreciate you. All right, so let me see. Did I miss anybody? Miss Toy, thank you for joining. Now, on Instagram side, Deidre, I see you. My man David Green from St. Louis, I appreciate you joining in, man. Miss Natty. Now, some of y'all got names on the Instagram side. I don't know your real names. But Renewed, man, appreciate you. Kim B, Miss Jen. All right, we was on a segment together with Yancy. I appreciate you joining in. All right, look like Norman, Normar, and Miss Lady. I really appreciate you guys chiming in and joining in. This is a great addition. It's a lot of work that goes into this. I write every show, so don't get it twisted. I don't go in, I don't take content from anybody else. This is what God gave me to share with you for waking up with Leo Richards, having coffee, and going over to balancing life. You know what I'm saying? I believe the information that's being shared on these videos is one that can really help. It helps me. You know what I'm saying? It reminds me of the different things God has shown me over the years. So I want to share it with you. So even if you don't catch the whole segment, go over, subscribe, and share it with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because it's great information. So if you want to get the business started, whatever the case may be, I do offer services as well. You know what I'm saying? If you need some coaching on the business side, life coaching, I do offer those services. So however, go over, subscribe, Balancing Life with Leo Richards, and share. All right? Nothing else. Spiritual mental lifestyle in that order. I appreciate you tuning in. Come back tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. and we're going to talk about some health benefits. You know what I'm saying? Spiritual health, mental health, and physical health, and ways that we can better take care of ourselves. All right? Appreciate you guys chiming in today. Peace.